from Sonoma, California.
Hi, how's
Is that
it
right?
going?
Did I get the name right, Shira?
You're really close.
Yeah?
It's Shira.
Shira.
It
Hi,
song.
Shira.
It means song in English. It's a Hebrew name.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it
Thank you,
does.
Judah.
Am I right?
Wow.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
I just wanted to
Impressive.
That's why we keep Judah around.
You. You really gave me some inspiration for the day in handling that call the way you did. I thought that was really sound advice, and to have a plan to look forward to and working with such a professional as yourself. I just, thank you so much on Patrick's behalf.
Great.
Thank you, Shira.
So what's going on with you?
Well, I was having like a laptop situation earlier, so I might have missed the gap. But I wanted to comment on what Andrew said earlier in the show about the AA's stringent policy on day counting and month counting to get the tips.
Right.
Right.
And I think although for some, not everything it's not a cookie cutter program, and so people are affected differently. However, when I first started recovery, it's the cultural norm to enter AA. I mean, because as someone new in recovery, that's really the only resource that seems universal.
It was, at least.
It used to be.
Yeah, it was. And
It's
for
not anymore.
someone like me who didn't admit, well, to myself at least, I had a drinking problem, even though it seemed like everybody around me had thought I did. That was the only resource I was aware of. And it worked for me for a while, but I would see people really stressed out, having to admit. It's almost like they felt like I felt bad for them, like all of that work, all of the learning that they've done in the past months, and it's just seen as I failed again.
Right.
And I really, really am a proponent of, really focusing on your strengths and not exasperating a weakness. So if you have to start all over again in the count, it could really be, especially for people that don't have a lot of long-term sobriety, I really think it can be kind of detrimental.
Yeah, there's a few things about AA that I really, really like. I think that the fellowship of being able to meet people that have a similar problem and share stories and grow off of that is an incredible thing. You can get a bunch of sober friends instead of a drunk using group of friends. And that's an incredible thing about AA. I do believe there's also a good educational component in AA, and a lot of the therapeutic underpinnings of AA actually come from something called dialectical behavioral therapy. So, in fact, if you put a map of dialectical behavioral therapy up to sort of how AA works, they're actually very similar, and they sort of co-op each other. The things that we're talking about, though, and I think that part of the problem is that, like sponsorship isn't even in the big book.
Right.
Right.
And neither is day counting and all this stuff.
Right. All this stuff has sort of been added in over time.
And I'm a big proponent, actually, of counting days, of counting years, but not for the reason. I'm very against, I used to speak to my therapist about this in New York, people that say 90 meetings in 90 days. Mm-hmm. Right? Really? 90 meetings in 90 days? I remember I had 88 days sober, and I couldn't go to a meeting, and I thought, oh my God, I
failed.
I failed.
Oh,
I
no.
failed again. Mind you, I had been to 700 meetings the prior, but I had
But you had 90 drinks in 90 days before that,
right,
didn't you?
exactly. And people going, and people saying stuff to me, and it really, and it's
And
like
that wasn't a problem.
right. But we forget sometimes. We have to celebrate. It's okay to. This isn't a perfect program. It says that it's progress, not perfection, and you have to be really, really easy on yourself.
Let's talk about the individual, but not the program.
Yeah,
Well-
but I think a lot of the things there are a lot of suggestions, and I think that it's not one size fits all,
Exactly.
and that everyone can use it as a blueprint to have their own experience.
And there's so many. I mean, some people don't have the luxury.
There's so many recovery pathways. I think it's good to get a basic understanding of AA, since that is usually the entrance into recovery and sustainable recovery. So I'm not against AA, but just in the way that it promotes the counting.
Right.
I have seen that in some people. I mean, they're really, truly devastated. Or another issue I've come across is when someone else has long-term sobriety, you know, the saying the newest member is the most important person in the room.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that really drives me nuts
because
because it's actually something Elisa spoke about. Mentioned
the gurus of AA is
because
they have a solution.
It's you know, it's the hardest thing sometimes for the people with 10 years or 14 years or 7 years or 18 years because we need to share too. You know, we're the ones also that are going through life, and life is always, and while the newcomer is, everybody in the room's important. Let's just say.
And
well, we all just have one day. Right. We all just have today, and anything can happen. We're all just one drink or one something away.
One right turn.
Right.
Left turn.
One wrong
from the next
turn.
drink.
And you know what? Thank God I got today. Shira, thank you so much, though, for calling in. And
it was my absolute pleasure, and I just think your show is rock star status, so keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll take that personally as a compliment.
Please like us on Facebook. It's facebook.com/clean radio with clean with a K. And leave a message there, and Judah will send you a T-shirt.
Yes.
Oh, I love my T-shirt.
Yes, you look great in it.
Thank you.
You're our new spokesmodel, and Joe,
I love it.
So Joe's also our new spokesmodel.
Are you struggling with an addiction that's ruining your life? Want to have a confidential conversation with a professional that will immediately assist you? Do you suspect a loved one is abusing drugs and would like a free drug testing kit and consultation? KLEAN Treatment Center is standing by right now to help those with addictions and the people who care about them. Call 888-601-6040. That's 888-601-6040. Or go to KLEAN Treatment Center, that's clean with a K, cleantreatmentcenter.com.